we are in Mumbai, and I saw the ads in the Marathi papers, Gujarati papers, and even some English papers in Mumbai before the election, suggesting that if the Congress or the opposition comes to power, people will be celebrating in Pakistan. And effectively, seemingly suggesting that the opposition is hand in glove with Pakistan. Praveen Chakravarty mentioned the Prime Minister went to the extent of saying even in the cricket team, there will be reservations for Muslims. Do you believe that's the kind of politics that should be practiced? The Election Commission has today come out very strongly and said these kind of speeches should be avoided.
Honestly, Rajdeep, I think you go onto the streets of Mumbai or go to Karachi and ask people, which party, ask people in Karachi, go and ask people in Lahore, which party they want in India to win. The answer will be Congress party. I'm making this absolute claim. Let anybody from your reporters go and ask. They will say we want Congress to win in India.
So you're making a very provocative statement.
Not provocative, it's a realistic statement. You have not only leaders of Pakistan asking for Congress to be brought to power, or Rahul Gandhi to be made minister, prime minister, but you go and ask average citizen, average person on the streets of Pakistan, they will want Congress to come to power because they have never seen such a resurgent India that they see now. And the average Pakistani will not be happy with a resurgent India. I think if there is anybody who thinks otherwise, I'm willing to have a contest.
Praveen Chakravarty?
I mean, are we talking about the elections in India, or are we talking about the elections in Pakistan? To the best of my knowledge, there are no elections in Pakistan. Okay? Why is Pakistan even part of the narrative? Why is a BJP person sitting in front of a national television channel and talking about Pakistan when the elections are about the world's largest democracy? That tells you the attitude of that party. Very simple. I will give you one statistic. CSDS survey. I know both you and Rahul Kanwal like surveys. CSDS survey asked a question: should India be a Hindu country? Should there be Hindu-Muslim politics? 77% of Indians say no, we reject it. 82% of Hindus say we reject it. We do not want this divisive politics. Can we stop talking about Pakistan or Bangladesh or Sri Lanka or even America? This is about India.
Yes, g.v.l.
There is something that the Congress people say and there is something that they practice. So far, until the BJP emerged on the horizon, Muslim appeasement was considered to be secularism in this country. Even by an average citizen, educated citizen, felt Muslim appeasement was secularism because they are minorities in this country. Therefore, you should only celebrate Eid. You can have restrictions for Dashera. You can do any kind of discriminatory governance. Tell me one instance in 10 years of Prime Minister Modi's rule where any religion, be it Muslims or others, have been discriminated in any policy of the government. I challenge anyone to come and mention one such discrimination. We have done no such discrimination. In fact, most of the beneficiaries of Prime Minister's programs are minorities. Because they are poor, not because they are Muslims or Christians or Parsis.
All the more
we practice the real secularism.
So all the more then why mention Mangal Sutra, Guspetiya, why even get into that politics? If you are practicing truly non-discriminatory politics, why inject that politics into an election which was supposed to be about who will build a Viksit Bharat? You or them?
No, but when the opposition indulges in vote bank politics, when their only calling card is polarization, when they are doing it deliberately, when they tie up with parties which are patently communal, when they have IUML as a part of their alliance in the UDF, I think BJP being called communal is a joke. Because they are in company with the communal parties.
Because, the Election Commission, Praveen Chakravarty, has also pointed out that the way the Congress has conducted its campaign, suggesting the Congress has stoked caste divisions, even to the extent of suggesting in the defense forces, according to the Election Commission, the Congress has tried to spark a divide. Rahul Gandhi goes into public meetings and said, "Aap kis jati ke hain?" Ask journalists which caste they belong to. Say how many owners are from the upper caste, how many Dalits, how many tribals. It seems that the Congress too in its desire to increase its votes, particularly OBC votes, has also been guilty in this election of some way stoking caste divisions.
I will answer that. Before that, I do have to respond to this. I was part of the Manifesto Committee of the Congress Party, and I, along with, chaired by Mr. P. Chidambaram, we wrote the manifesto. In the 48 pages of the manifesto, there is not a word that is mentioned about Muslims. The Prime Minister of India's first response to the manifesto launch was, this is a Muslim League document. That was his first response. The manifesto has right to apprenticeship. What is Muslim about it? The manifesto says we will increase Narega wages. What is Muslim about it? The manifesto says we will double GDP in 10 years. What is Muslim about it?
You mentioned minorities or no?
I'm asking you, what is Muslim about right to apprenticeship? What is Muslim
please,
about...
No, you can't.
The Prime Minister used the word Muslim. Muslim League.
You
used
use
the word Muslim
minorities
League.
as a euphemism.
Did the Prime Minister use the word Muslim?
As a euphemism.
Did the Prime Minister use the word Muslim?
Please, I think nobody can be
and
fooled.
This is not our usual television debate. I don't think the word reservation was expressed in terms of Muslims or minorities. But Praveen Chakravarty, get back to the question I asked.
I will.
The manifesto does speak about, and Rahul Gandhi expands on it further to talk about an X-ray that will be done of society to identify effectively socio-economic disparities. You've endorsed a caste census, and all of this has led people to believe that you will only end up widening in a way caste divides in society. Jitni abadi utna haq, which effectively means based on your population you will get reservation, or that's one interpretation of what the Congress is saying.
I must point out there are three upper castes talking about caste injustice, but be that as it may, the manifesto was about social justice. When it talked about, please read the manifesto because it talks about social justice. What is social justice? The question that Mr. Rahul Gandhi is asking is, if we know that roughly the OBCs, SCs, STs, tribals put together form 70% of India's population, why is it that people in the upper echelons of society, be it government, be it in other professions, their representation is less than 10%? It's a very valid question. I think it's a question that every society asks. It's a similar question that we ask, rightly, in my view, about women. When they are half the society, why are they underrepresented? It is a legitimate question in the name of justice that every liberal society should ask. There's nothing to be ashamed about it.
But what does he say when he means jitni abadi utna haq?
Okay, so the first thing we must remember is this is not about snatching from somebody and giving it to someone else. We in India, we're not in a zero-sum game. Okay? We don't have to snatch, and I say the same thing about things like taxes, wealth taxes or inheritance taxes. We completely reject it because we don't have to snatch, we don't have to make somebody poorer to make someone else richer. The same concept applies to social justice. Jitni abadi utna haq only means, and I will tell you what is in the manifesto. In the manifesto, it says when there are government contracts to be given, should that be fair? Should there be a fair representation? I think principally, philosophically and conceptually, it is no different from how we talk about gender justice. Just as gender justice is correct, talk about social justice is also correct.